Next up on the rundown is absolutely nothing. Oh no, no! I want to have this conversation with you, and then we could go talking to Black Peace earlier, and we're on the phone talking about the and not Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards situation with I'm gonna say allegations because I've seen it, but I haven't cared enough to dig and prowl to see how much is true. So right now, I'm gonna just leave it at the blogs are alleging through text being posted by Anthony Edwards' um alleged baby mother that he's like sending these texts saying like, "Yo, like get rid of the kid. I don't want the kid. Like that's on you," type situation, right? So I'm having this conversation with a Black Peace earlier about it, and I'm just like, at some point, we have to figure out if that was actually Anthony Edwards' response to, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and if he's on some like straight up like, "I don't want nothing to do with the kid." I side on this. I side on the side of if this is true, if it's true, not saying it is, we can speak in the hypotheticals for right now and allege. If it's allegedly true that this was Anthony Edwards' response to like, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and he like, "And what you telling me if I told you I didn't want it, I told you to get rid of it." To me, I can't respect you not want to take care of a kid that you brought into this world. That's my position on it, right?
Mhm.
Black Peace's position on it was why is most of the blame or responsibility placed upon the man to be there in terms of being there for the kid? Like, yeah, why is all the responsibility mostly placed on the man and it's not evenly displaced and put also on the woman who also laid down because it takes two, right? Um, which I wish he was here to like regurgitate his POV on that. But we was just going back and forth and just like, yo, if you brought a kid into this world, you saying I don't want to take care of it. I can't respect that. And he was just being like, yo, sometimes it's not about like the dude, it's on the woman too to be like, hey, especially, and this was like our scenario that we had painted. It was just like, yo, what if this is like we just fucking on each other for the time being. This is nothing serious. We care not to have any serious commitment or relationship to one another. Right? If that's the case, and you shooting up the club carelessly, and then a baby comes, and you like, oh shit, let's go ahead and take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just fucking on each other, and she's like, but I want to keep it, and you like, what? Like we ain't on that type of time, you know what I'm saying?
Pause it. I'm sorry, not to pause you. I'm not pausing you,
Go ahead,
but
go ahead, go
that
ahead,
that
go
that's
ahead.
that right there is more pivotal than it's more pivotal to the conversation than people give. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's more of a focal point of the conversation than people like to stop and chew on before moving on to she had the baby and now this is the result, right? Because let me tell it, I wasn't there, but I could already tell you that you and Darnell are having two conversations. You're having a conversation about the baby being born and need to be taken care of. He's having a conversation about the responsibility before there is even a fetus. You see what I'm saying? There's always two conversations happening when this conversation takes place, right? So Darnell is saying, if I'm shooting up the club and we was just on some fuck shit, I'm trusting you with my nut and the fact that you understand that we on some shit and we don't want nothing extra from this, right? So if you come up pregnant and I tell you, hey, these are my wishes and my wants. Abortion, because we was on fuck shit, and yeah, my nut was put in you, but I trust you, so that's why you told me, because I trust you with my nut. Now I'm trusting you to take care of it because you understand that this was just some fuck shit, not some shit that I should be tied to for the rest of my life.
All
Right?
right. So you broke that down eloquently. With that, you have to choose a side. Which side are you picking?
Okay, so okay, hopefully, because it's a lot. Okay, so are you saying that when she says I'm keeping it, and so you saying, am I on the side of now I have to take care of it? I'm on the side of, well, you decided that you keep it, now you take care of it, on you. Am I what side? I'm on the side of take care of it because that's the way I was born. Like my lineage of men tell me that this is the way it goes when you come up on this issue as a black man. And I understand that certain people's other lineage of man, if they've had a lineage of man that goes back past their grandfather like me, would be like, nah, fuck that bitch and her baby. You sent her the whole 500, and if they still kept that hoe, okay, she 500, she can keep that life, and boom, boom.
I'm
And
gonna try,
really, go ahead.
no, I'm gonna try to take a stab in the dark. Okay, I tried to take a stab in the dark. See if Darnell would have picked up, but he didn't. All right,
Well,
so
no.
I'd like, yeah, bro, like, but like, I don't understand. I don't understand, dog, how like you could. I just like I don't get how you could be on that type of time with a woman to begin with.
Because you have not been scorned by a woman like that. You know what I'm saying? You have not had this woman love the shit out of you while you are having intimate moments with her, and everything is good and happy go lucky, and we're on the same page knowing exactly what each other wants through and through. But now when a baby comes along, you are using it as, in my mind, you're not going to use it as a blessing, because it's not going to be a blessing for me if I told you, hey, this is how I see my life. And that's a decision that goes directly against how I see my life. And then you take it upon yourself. Yeah, it's your blessing too, because you got to carry it and you love it and you nurture it. I understand that. But there is a responsibility that society will now place on me moving forward. And I was responsible enough to be like, hey, I need that abortion out of you. And you, what you did was you betrayed me for real. It's a betrayal that these niggas feel. For real. Like you laughing, you laughing, but you ain't been there, nigga. You ain't been there, nigga. It's a betrayal. It's like, oh, okay. Well,
This is
guess who get to hit have the last laugh? You take care of that old end.
that's
For
some nigga
real.
shit.
And I don't be mad at, bro. Hey, I don't get it, but I don't be mad at niggas, bro. I'll be like, yeah, nigga, you tell her. So that's what I'm saying. You
I
having two
I
two different conversations with Darnell.
can fully understand what you saying, but why even give a motherfucker like your lifeline like that, bro? That's what I don't
Because
like. That's what I don't get. Like, does it boil down to just like no discipline, or like
the,
I don't get like this
the,
unspoken mutual agreement. Uh, yo, I'm gonna shoot the club up in case
yeah,
something gone ahead. Like, I don't.
yeah, bro.
I personally can't fathom
Ah,
it, bro. I can't
bro,
fathom it, bro.
bro, and whoo, Poochie. When I tell you, brother, when I tell you it's a thing, don't think that even like, and I love it, bro. I love it, man. I love it. I love that I have you, and you are able to be my proof that there is another life that be lived, that is more worth living than the life that I had been choosing. right? And I thank you for being one of those pillars in my life for me to see that. Because when we get to moments like this, it'd be so funny to me because you're saying, I don't understand everybody walking around shooting each other's clubs up. Like, is that really
Bro,
happening?
I've never had that type of trust prior to my wife. Like I ain't never had that type of trust with a girl, bro. Ever. So the bro, I'm telling bro, the like and it's I'm not even tripping on like I'm tripping off the fact that like niggas is willing to take those penitentiary chances, dog.
It's more of us. It's more of us without someone telling. It's more of us not having someone to tell us to buy condoms and use condoms than there are of you telling you to buy condoms and use condoms. And there are more of us not having someone to tell us, nigga, pull out every time this is what happened and reminding us of that than there are of you having someone to tell you, nigga, pull out and reminding you of it all the time. There are
Bro,
more.
it's
Always more. We'll always outnumber y'all. I mean, and I hate to be on this side. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. I understand that that shit is wicked, 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 wicked work, right?
bro, and like I always like to say like I like I like to believe that I like sex just as much as the next man does.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, but like when situations like these, scenarios like this, like or like presented, just like these unspoken agreements of just like, hey, I'm gonna shoot the club up. If you get pregnant, like you know what I'm saying, like yeah, bro. Like I say, bro, I like vagina just as much as the next man does, but like I ain't never been that stronghold by it to where like I'm taking those chances like that, bro. I'm
Well,
just
see, the thing is, bro, without having someone, because see, Poochie, when you before you start out, you have someone kind of prepping you, but then you have to think about on a split screen, there's somebody who's going to middle school and no one's prepping them, right? And in middle school, they start off, you know what I'm saying? Like, and from middle school, from the first time they ever snuck some, 14, 13, however old, they know exactly what it feels like to ejaculate raw, like the real way, the right way, like the way that it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? The most ultimate the feeling of it all they know comes from you not wearing protection. That's why I'm like when I was speaking earlier, like I'm gonna always use my platform for righteousness because I understand where my people are. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just continue to point the finger at them. I want to plead with them, and I want to kind of like guide them to the help that we need in all avenues and aspects. But anyway, that's that. When it comes to this, brother, um, there are more tainted than there are not. You know what I'm saying? And it kills me that we live in a world now where LeBron James will be seen getting into it with somebody publicly. But that's that. That's that. We live in that world now. But that's crazy. But that's that. Right now, as it pertains to this, though, yes, they understand what it was like going past putting the tip in, actually getting a few strokes, and then six, seven stroke the magic happening, and then once the magic happened, and you get how that feels while you doing that, bro. You get addicted to it, and it's like drug, and it's like you want it every time. Especially when you're young and you don't have anyone teaching you the relatability between sex and love.
and you're not gonna have no true discipline like that at a young age, starting out the gate.
And you ain't got nobody, hell no. And these little girls hot in the pants, hell no. Cause they ain't got no dads neither. Right? Dad had three, four, five kids left him. Right? Those four, five kids is boys and girls. That's why we got sexy reds running around. I mean, but I'm sexy red. I love you. I'm not mad at you. But you know what I'm saying? What you have the women doing is just not conducive to what we need as community. But to each his own, baby. Get your money. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Taking those type of chances, I'll forever not be able to wrap my it's like I get it, but I don't get it. Like I can't it's hard for me to wrap my mind around taking those chances. Especially with like randoms, dog.
Yeah,
It's hard for me. It's hard for me. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and man, because I think it's like sometimes I'll be like, bro, if I was at Wallace and I just like cut Poochie's head off and took his brain out, and then cut my head off and took my brain out and swapped them hoes, I would have been all right. Because that nigga would have been having, he would have had at least one of these hoes. He would have had one kid. I would have had one kid. He would have had one kid, and we would both been good. Because we would have both
Yo, bro.
understood. We leaving here. We're going to get our masters. We're going to do this, that, the third. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that I have had no kids. Um, yeah, I'm so grateful I've had no kids from the past, man, and I get to like build that, share those experiences like with my wife. Yeah, man, cause and that's the other thing too, bro. Like I don't know, like I have always just like viewed like kids just in general, like a kid, like I've always like viewed it to be like a high like responsibility, like a big deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers like
Mhm.
nowadays, like they be talking about kids like you can go pick them hoes up from the corner store. It's just be like, yo, like we talk about crazy.
That's what made me have three kids. That people talked about them like that, and I was just like, oh, okay, kids ain't nothing. And it was like, no, no, nigga, ain't not nothing.
You
Stop
know,
playing.
yeah, but I've always I just always like taking like creating life seriously and like I never looked at it as frivolously as like some people like tend to act about it, man. But yeah, that's yeah, man. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
you just made me think about, bro. This is crazy. This is how messed up my mind was, bro. I had kids before I knew how kids were taken care of, bro. Like I had my first kid was at 22, right? 22. I had kids before I graduate college to understand, hey, when you graduate college and get a job, you either pay for kids or you pay for the life that you're gonna live by yourself. I had kids before I knew that that was a decision that I was gonna have to make graduating college. That's bananas, bro. That's bananas. I had no idea that my Aunt Reed going to work was the reason why could be on her insurance, the reason why we took trips, the reason why she was able to rent vans and all the stuff she did for the church. I had no I had no clue that all of the things that was done behind the scenes, everything was just taken care of for me. So when I went to school, you know what I'm saying, and now I'm kind of having to take care of things on my own. Nigga thinking he too grown and had three kids. And then when I come out of college and really gotta be grown, you also gotta be grown and take care of these kids too. And that shit like, whoo, boy. And I had a warrant. Nigga, it's like, bro. And then Aunt Reed was getting sick right when I came out. Luckily I had became a technician. Boy, it got real wicked real fast, real fast. Because ain't grandma just passed away like not 2 years before then in '09. And within no, 2 years, within the next 5 years, Henry and 14, 15, 15, and yeah, and Uncle Leon within 9 years and 24. This has been crazy, bro. This has been crazy. But um, the fact still remains that I don't want to continue the pattern. So I'll make sure that my children have their dads in their lives so they understand to look for the type of man that to have children with that will marry them. And then you give him children when you understand that he can provide for you. And then boom, once that happens, for my kids and then my kids' kids and my greats. And hopefully the Lord wants to call me home then. And that's all anybody could ask for.